and Morocco took their political differences to another level over the weekend after RS Berkane and, of course, USM Alger failed to turn up for their respective CAF Confederation Cup semi-final ties. And, of course, the Confederation of African Football has taken its decision, and we'll be letting you into what it's all about. Remember, the political row between these two countries has underlined a number of stories on the African continent in the recent years and even recent weeks. Welcome to Sport Africa. This is where we discuss all sporting stories, the biggest of them all on the continent. Wherever you are joining us from, once again, we say welcome. My name remains Asha Lulu Afemi and Kyle Dobundari and James Agberibi. They are here. Guys, you are welcome. How was your weekend?
Oh, fine, Femi. Thank you very much. It's always a nice time being here with you.
Yeah, Femi, thank you very much. Happy to be on today's edition.
All right, okay. So to our fans across the world, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Please don't just watch our video. Please subscribe, share our videos, tell someone about what we do right here. And we've also told you for the opt-in time that you can make suggestions in the suggestion box. What you think we can do to serve you better right here. So please don't forget, subscribe, click on that notification button so that you get the alert of the videos as soon as they drop. Here we discuss the biggest stories that you can think of on the continent of Africa, what you wouldn't even see in the mainstream media. Okay, let's get started to how we do things right here. Of course, we're first talking about the continental roundup, then the big talking point where we discuss all the issues that we have on our plate today. Then our standing diaspora will be going to England today, talking about a number of African players doing great things for Leicester City. And a game over the weekend, remember, we told you about Tuju Sahe, and of course, Club African will be telling you how that ended. Okay, let's get started. Now, like I said in the intro, Algeria and Morocco took their diplomatic route to another level over the weekend when both teams failed to turn up. Yeah, they failed to turn up literally for their respective CAF Confederation Cup semi-finals. And of course, the CAF Confederation of African Football, as you see, took a decision. And this is going to get our attention today because in the future, we might see likely have a dispute that will involve these two neighbors. Very rare thing. And what are they fighting for? Just some would say a piece of a land. Kyle, once again, welcome. I'll start with you on this. Now, I'll break it down for our viewers who know probably who are just watching for the first time and do not even know what is going on. The CAF Confederation Cup is the second-tier club football competition in Africa, and we have the semi-final pairing for these two teams. RS Berkane of Morocco, then you have USM Alger of Algeria, who knocked out Nigerian representative Rivers United. And in the first leg, Kyle, RS Berkane on their jerseys, they have a map of a disputed Western Sahara. It has been a disputed area of a piece of property between Algeria and Morocco for years now. And just because that map was on the jersey of RS Berkane, Algerian authorities seized the jersey. And USM Alger demanded that RS Berkane play in another jerseys. Then RS Berkane lodged a complaint with CAF, and they refused to turn up for the game. Then CAF awarded them 3 goals in the first leg. And in the second leg, of course, your guess is as good as mine. What's going to happen? The fans demanded for the jersey in large quantities. As a matter of fact, the manager, the person who the club outsourced the distribution and the sale of the jerseys to, said it was almost out of sale because fans trooped to the stadium to watch the second leg. But like I said, your guess is as good as mine. Yes, I'm nowhere to be found. And the stadium announcer had to announce to the people, to the fans who came to the stadium to watch, that the game has been postponed. Then RS Berkane players only took a bow and left the pitch. But I think as things stand, maybe today CAF will take a decision. But in the first leg, they awarded 3 goals to RS Berkane, many RS Berkane are in the final. This is not the first time we are seeing this dispute, pan out this way between these two. But this is almost at another level when you have Algerian authorities, not even football authorities now, Algerian authorities seizing jerseys from RS Berkane because it carries the map of this disputed island or disputed piece of land.
I think the problem is that the moment you start allowing politics to enter sports, there's a big problem. This issue predated the game between the two teams. It's something that has been on for upwards of 40, 45 years. It's a piece of territory that's, if depending on who you believe, that is either on Moroccan soil or claimed by Algeria. So that's the root of the problem. And what I find very, very amazing is the fact that whatever happened in the first leg that made CAF to award the first leg to the Moroccan team, RS Berkane, if you knew you were not going to honor the second leg, why travel all the way to Morocco? For me, it doesn't make sense. Why travel? Because you knew you were, okay, what were you expecting when you get to Morocco? So depending on who you ask, the Moroccans are saying that they welcomed them with red carpet, they treated them well, Moroccan hospitality, but at the end of the day, they refused to come out of the dressing room. So why go to that expense? Femi, don't forget that the last CHAN, was it?
Yeah, it was CHAN. Morocco refused to participate.
The Moroccans refused to participate because this was Algeria. So that tells you the depth of the animosity between the two countries. And now it has spilled into football. But like I said, we cannot keep them apart because football, you cannot select who you play. You play whoever is qualified to play you. But now the problem, like I said, is, of course, you can take this to the bank. CAF will heavily sanction USM Algiers. They will emphasis on the word heavily, not just mere sanction. They will heavily sanction them because the first thing is you allowed sports politics to enter sports by asking these people not to play with the jerseys. How that pans out, I will not understand. What will that do to you if they play with the jersey or not?
They do not even mind risking the sanctions. They do not mind.
That's the point. That's why I said I expect CAF to heavily sanction them. Maybe ban them from CAF competition for a number of years. But because, of course, it's easy for us, Femi, let's take a pause here. It's easy for those who claim that CAF has been favoring Morocco and Moroccan teams of recent to say, oh, this is a good example. But no, take a breather and ask yourself, why would you go to the extent of seizing their jerseys because it carried whatever it carried? Forget whatever the issues, diplomatic issues that you had. You shouldn't go that far. You shouldn't go that
okay. James, I could see you smiling ear to ear. I'm sure you want to just pounce on this thing. At this point, what do you think Confederation of African Football should do? Because we don't want to go into the details of who owns the piece of land. They say it was Spain. Then Spain contrary to some, it's a complicated, massive story. But now it is against the policy of FIFA, CAF, when you allow politics to creep into football, like how they has rightly pointed out. But at this point, James, this is not the first time. We talked about the last CHAN. Morocco refused to participate because Algerian authorities wouldn't allow them to fly into their country. So the only alternative for them was to travel, and that was going to take like a 10-hour journey, and they do not want to even make their players go through that. So they had to back off of that competition. At this point, what do you think CAF should do? A lot of us, we say that CAF has been indulging these North Africans because I could imagine if this rift has been between two Sahara African clubs, I'm sure it won't take CAF anything to just say, both of you, go for the next 10 years. What do you think CAF should do at this point?
Well, it's simple. They have their laws, and I think USM have flouted that part of it. So it's for them to be sanctioned every. CAF has nothing to do with their political whatever. They have their competition. They didn't drag you into their competition. And, before every tournament, I think they give every team the guidelines and everything to follow. So I believe they've flouted that, and it's for CAF to do the needful to ban them. I will be surprised if nothing is done if CAF doesn't take action. I will be really surprised. When Morocco pulled out of the CHAN, nothing till this moment, nothing happened. We didn't hear anything. This takes me back to when Nigeria didn't go for the 96 AFCON. You saw that they were banned from the next edition. So let us wait what will happen. I expect them, just like what Kyle said, I expect CAF to come down on them. But I have this feeling, I don't know, I have this feeling that they kind of played the first one on USM, because like they took advantage of that dispute, because why would they put that disputed on their jersey? But
no, they said it's been like that for 3 years.
To annoy
It's been on their jerseys in all their games for 3 years.
Well, it's surprising too for me that the politics just dabbled into the whole thing, and it became a messy affair. So it's now they are the ones that they are the ones that kind of took advantage of the whole issue, and it is kind of favored them now. The USA, the Nigerian team just like as if they just fell into the whole trap or something. I think these are the trap, So, and it's a very complicated one. CAF have their hands full. Seriously, they have a lot. I think what they don't need to do is just focus on the football side. Please, when it comes to things like this, that you don't honor a game that you're supposed to take part in, then the hammer will fall. So I expect them to come down on the Nigerian team. Whatever political dispute they have, CAF has nothing to do with that. Remember the Cameroon-Nigeria Bakassi issue? That never stopped Nigeria from playing against Cameroon. That's why the fact that the team when it was really hot then, Nigeria and Cameroon kept playing, But when it comes to the North Africans, they are ready to, and so that when they do that, I mean, even the organizers, their hands are always tied, So I expect CAF to do the next and come hard on them.
Okay, of course, Morocco will be hosting the next Africa Cup of Nations for men and women. So we don't know whether Algeria will say in retaliation we will be pulling out of these two competitions. And we also get our fingers crossed to see what the Confederation of African Football will do. At least we expect a statement to actually explain their position. Kyle, let's talk about the other game in the CAF Confederation Cup before we go to the CAF Champions League. Were you surprised that I remember you said on Friday that even if Dreams FC of Ghana gets knocked out of the competition, that they have done pretty well, and 3-0 it ended in Kumasi. First, I think I have a number of issues. One, the pitch. That pitch was horrible. Then again, the manner at which Dreams FC, they had a barrage of chances, but they just couldn't finish it. And of course, the Egyptians told them that, see, in this competition, we had a master, and they got punished accordingly.
Maybe you should backtrack a bit. What I said was, Dreams have already overachieved, one, and that two, if they fall to the temptation of thinking that because they were able to get an impressive result in the first leg, and that they were just going to come home and do the final damage, I said they are in for a surprise. That the North Africans, they know how to handle West African teams, especially West African teams, regardless of the outcome of the first leg. Wherever the first leg is played, if they know they needed to get the result in this leg, they are going to get it. I remember saying that not only to you, I was on another program, I said the same thing. I said the shock result for me would be Zamalek not going through. That would have been the shock for me, because, like I said, forget whatever happened in the first leg. This second leg, whether you like, you can go and play it in the Atlantic Ocean. They were going to get a result because they know what it is, what is at stake, and they always go for it. Yeah, like you could blame the pitch all you like, but that would not be a good enough excuse. Like the Zamalek team did not choose the pitch. You chose it, you know where you want to play, and that speaks to the state of infrastructure in some African countries, that if you cannot play in a decent pitch, you already shot yourself in the foot. That's like 2 goals down already before the game will start. And the Zamalek team showed, the Egyptians showed that they are the masters of the game. Wherever you like, you want to go and play, they will play you at your game. Don't be surprised that before the first leg ended, they had already sent an advanced team to Ghana to go and look at where the game will be played, and they adequately prepared Femi. So for me, it's not a surprise. It's just shocking at the manner of their exit. Dreams have tried, they did well. Hopefully, they will get back onto the continent and they keep up the good work that they're doing.
Sadly, they are not doing well in the Ghana Premier League, so we might likely not see them on the continent next season. So,
and maybe not this season, maybe not next season, but definitely the season after next, because going on the continent and everything has affected their performance in the league.
Yeah, okay, certainly, Kayode. So, as things stand now, we have RS Berkane, of course, with Zamalek playing the final of the CAF Confederations Cup. Thank God that as next a final of the CAF Confederations Cup, and CAF will just say, okay, since this round, Berkane, you are the champions. James, let's talk about the CAF Champions League. I don't know whether you're surprised that Esperance are knocked out Mamelodi Sundowns 1-0 when it ended, 2-0 on aggregate. And even for the South Africans, it was a double whammy for them. There was thunder in the city, and the lightning struck out some of their floodlights. The game was delayed for some minutes, and they got knocked out. So it was double whammy for them.
Just like what we talked about Zamalek, Al Ali, they are, they are the Real Madrid of the CAF Champions League. So no matter the first leg result, they are always they don't mind the first leg result. They know that they have what it takes to get the job done, and that was what they did. These are teams that they've mastered the art of playing on the continent. No matter where you take them to, they understand the politics, the whatever you want to bring to the table. They are there, So I expected to at least they put up something, but I won't say I'm surprised. But I didn't expect them to do that. So I expected at least 12, but they couldn't pull it. They've been one of those teams who have troubled the North Africans of recent. We're getting a good result. When they won the competition, I think it was Al Ali that did it. So that's a good one for Al Ali. They're always around. They're always there. If they don't make it to the semi-final, you see them in the final, and that's consistency. And the team that they don't look like a team that are ready to give up their dominance, because they kind of it's like the rest of the continent on chokehold from Al Ali, and the rest especially from the northern side of Africa, So I think we're going to see another North African affair now, and it's going to show that they mean business when it comes to the continent, and you cannot afford them for that.
Okay. Okay, Akayode, the final, of course, certainly will be between Esperance and Al Ali. Al Ali defeated TP Mazembe 3-0 on after the first leg, and Lubumbashi ended goalless. The penultimate week, last weekend, they did the job in Egypt. Now, Al Ali, 11 times CAF Champions League winners, but we know it won't be easy for them this season, because Esperance, they've shown unprecedented form. In the Tunisian league, they are already runaway winners. Even in the playoffs, they're just chilling. Today, on Wednesday, they will be playing CS Sfax here. Just mere formality. It wouldn't be easy for Al Ali this time.
Well, but then this is Al Ali that we're talking about. Like James said, they are the Real Madrid of Africa. They've won they were voted the greatest team of the century in Africa. We know what they are capable of doing. They can win anywhere they choose to win. They have as a matter of fact, sometimes I feel they shouldn't be competing in Africa. That's what I feel. So yeah, Esperance they have form on their side, but then they are going to be playing. They are what I always say is, regardless of the form you think they are in, they have not played early. They will have that chance to show whether the form is a fluke or not when they play in the final. But what I can say is, Al Ali will be favorites to win, as usual, as always. And I will put my money on them. See, it's easier to stop Al Ali before they get to the final. So if you're going to stop them before the final. If you cannot stop them before the final, then it becomes a difficult job becomes almost impossible, because once it's in the final, it is difficult to shake them off, and that's why I said they already have one hand on the trophy. So whether Esperance will be able to shake that hand of the trophy is what we have to wait and see. But like I said, it's early days yet, but I will tip them to lift the trophy again.
Okay. James, there will be fire today if I speak. No, I'm not talking about me. I'm quoting Mohammed Salah now. Mohammed Salah is currently in the eye of the storm, and Liverpool fans are. If any of them should see Salah, at the Messi side today, I don't know what they're going to say to him, because I saw a lot of videos over the weekend about his reaction in their 2-2 draw at West Ham in the Premier League over the weekend. Some are saying that Klopp has been at the club for 9 years, and he has given Mohamed Salah the best moment of his career. Why disrespect him? And after the game, journalists asked Jurgen Klopp about the matter, and he said no, they've discussed about it and everything has been settled. And only for Mohamed Salah not leaving the mixed zone. I don't know whether you saw that video. The video is right there, and he said there'll be fire today if I speak. And there's been reaction even back in Egypt. And Mido that you and I know, former Egyptian striker, and he's blaming Jurgen Klopp for all that. But Abu Treka said, no, come on. He said, I've always supported Salah, but on this, it's very, very wrong. I don't know what side you are on, James, on this.
Well, we don't really know what transpires. I don't know whether we'll ever know. It's going to be this person's word against this person's word. So you never know what will happen. For Mido to come out and say, you also what he did in the 2006 AFCON, where he almost fought his coach, for taking him out, for not playing well. And
he insulted the coach, he called him a donkey.
And the person that replaced him went on. Yes, and the person that replaced him went on to. So he has nothing to say on this. He cannot. He's not the person to come and voice his opinion on this issue. Going back to what happened, I saw the video, and it's the coach that makes the call. I mean, the Salah that we see today is not the Salah of like 2, 3, 4 seasons ago, and the coach felt maybe there are other better players who can do the job. That was why he decided to bench him, and he wasn't even the only player that came off the bench. I think that Nunez took him from the bench. It was Nunez that was even preventing him from confronting the coach. So it's the coach that makes the call. If the team does well, they perform well, it's the coach that will take the credit. If they don't perform well, it's the coach that's going to get the hammer. So that was the sad thing to see on the touchline. It was everywhere. So it's like I said, the club is going at the end of the season. Salah too is a possibility that he is going to leave, and it's not good that they will part in this manner, because they've been fantastic for the club, but that's what football is. There are times when everything will be rosy. There are times when things will just go south, and I know the frustration and everything just comes in, So for me, like I said, the coach makes the call. If the team doesn't do well, the one that will get the hammer. So just so that they were able to sort themselves out and let's move on.
Okay, Kyle, a couple of things. Now, I'll quote what Mido said. He said the root of the problem is that Mohamed Salah feels that Klopp does not stand with him during a difficult time. I know that for a fact that is not true. Now, I just quoted what Mido said. Then, of course, Mohammed Abu Treka, who is also a pundit for an international television station in I think Qatar, he said, "I'm sad. What happened hurts me. I love Mohamed Salah and I love Klopp, but Mohamed Salah is wrong. No matter who he is, this is your coach. I don't think this is the best way for Salah to give a club a passing gift. Do you think this will damage Salah's reputation at the club? What is done in Liverpool since he's arrived from I think it's Roma?"
Let me start by addressing Mido. I'm not surprised about Mido, knowing who he was during his playing days. He was a troublesome person in himself. He fought practically everywhere he played. So I'm not surprised he would say that. Of course, you expect him to support whoever is doing something contrary to good
common
behavior
sense.
and common sense. Number one. Number two, you see, Klopp is in a position that they call lame duck in America. Like, you are at the lobby, at the departure lounge, you are more or less a lame duck. You do not have the powers you used to have because everybody knows you are going at the end of this season. So probably if that announcement had not been made, if Klopp were going to be the manager next season, maybe Salah wouldn't have done this. One. Secondly, when the match was going on, I heard the commentator and I went to check it that there are still interest from the Saudi League for him. This was an opportunity for him to just raise up some dust and leave because his position would no longer be tenable. That's why he was ready to risk everything against Klopp and against the club so that they would have no choice but to cut him loose. For me, whatever his motive is, I agree with Abu Trika that this was the wrong way to go. You have been loved unconditionally ever since he got to Liverpool. He has got it. He won the league with them. He won the Champions League with them. He won FA Cup. He won the Carabao. He has won practically everything with the club. Forever and a day, his name is written in the history books of Liverpool FC. Whenever they are talking about Liverpool, they will talk about him because he has a phenomenal scoring record with them. But Femi, if you're going to leave, there are better ways to do these things. No matter what the coach has done to you, I will never see the day when I will support a player over when he has a dispute with the coach. No, the coach comes first to me. If that coach, I repeat, if Klopp were not going at the end of the season, maybe, just maybe, Salah wouldn't have done what he did because it was not only a rumor that we heard that, oh, there was a disturbance in the locker room. No, this was right there at the right side of the pitch in front of over almost 60,000 fans.
And his teammate had to restrain him.
Yes, and everybody who watched across the globe. So for me, he couldn't have come at a worse time to a less deserving person. Club didn't deserve that from anybody.
Okay, sorry. Liverpool fans are saying Mohammed Salah shouldn't kick a ball again for their club until the end of the season when the management will determine his fate. Do you think what happened over the weekend has damaged his reputation at Liverpool?
Yeah, I think so. Whether you like
for you to have the effrontery to confront your manager,
whether you like it or not, Klopp is dearly beloved at Anfield. I'm not sure. Let me borrow the words of former President Donald Trump. I'm not sure that even if Klopp pulls out a gun and shoots somebody on the streets of Liverpool, I'm not sure they will still find him guilty. They will say, it's Klopp, because that's how much they love him. But Salah forgets that he could actually share the spotlight with Klopp without doing what he has done. Femi, I expect, of course, whether they play or not, the season is won and lost for Liverpool. They are out of the race, as far as I'm concerned. Although mathematically they can still win, but realistically they are out of the race. Now
the destiny is not in their hands anymore.
Yes, it's a two-horse race now. It's between Arsenal and Man City. And I'm not even going to talk about that. But I'm just saying that they are no longer in the race. There's nothing to play for. I think they have won the last trophy they're going to win under Klopp. Now the club is preparing for a new era, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure I see Mohamed Salah featuring in that future.
Okay, we'll still wait to see what happens between both sides. Let's go on this break. When we return, we'll talk about Star in Diaspora today. Like I told you, we'll be going to England, Leicester City, where we talk about the African players who helped the club move back to top flight football in English, in England, in English football. All right, welcome back. It's still Sport Africa. Of course, we've been discussing a whole lot of issues on the continent, right? Okay, our standard today will be 4 Africans who helped Leicester City regain promotion immediately back to the English Premier League. Of course, we had the Nigerians Wilfred Ndidi, also Nigerians Kelechi Iheanacho. Then we have Zambia's Patson Daka, and of course, Ghana's Fatau Ishaku. Of course, each of these guys played a key role in helping the Foxes get back to the English top flight right there. So congratulations to all these players. Remember, we celebrated Africans, the 5 Africans who have Leverkusen, Bayern Leverkusen, and win their first Bundesliga title in 120 years. So congratulations to all these great African stars. We support all the great African stars, and we want them to continue to do well for their respective clubs in Europe. Now, let's talk about our big game over the weekend. We do not have much time. Okay, I'll start with James. James, Etu Desire versus Club Africain, who were thinking that maybe Club Africain, Etu Desire, I should say, we're going to get this one, but it ended goalless. And it's almost insignificant in the race for the CAF Champions League in the playoff in the Tunisian League. Did that result come to you as a surprise? Were you expecting that Etu Desire we're going to blow out a Club Africain? Very quickly, in 1 minute.
Yeah, if you remember, I told you that the game will likely end in a draw. You know, because fine, you want to, on paper, you want to give it to a trial, but you know, Club Africain, I think they want to show that they can mix it up. It's for me, the second best team in Tunisia. That's the trial after Esperance. You know, so the result didn't come as a surprise to me because I called it, and you know, so at least they were able to prove that they can get something out of the season. So for me, a draw is not a bad result. You know, so just like as I called it, and that's how I found out.
Okay. Lastly, now, as we wrap up, Experience, they already runaway winners, 13.5 points ahead of the second place, and they have an outstanding game on Wednesday against CS Sfaxien. So the race for the CAF Champions League now, for the last spot of the CAF Champions League, is between Monastir, Club Africain, and of course Etu Desire. Which of these 3 do you think will likely nick it? Because Club Africain and Etu Desire, they're on the same point, 7 points on the table.
I think I'm going to go with Club Africain. I don't have a reason for that. Probably it's just sentimental, but I know Club Africain have a very rich pedigree, so I hope they take it. But I don't have any scientific reason why I'm pulling for them. I just hope they get it.
Okay, all right. Thank you guys so much for your thought analysis on the show today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. See you next time.
Yeah, thank you.
So to our fans across the world, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. You mean the whole world to us. Please don't forget, do not just watch our videos. Please subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe, share our videos, tell someone about what we do right here. So we hope that Mama Salah and Jurgen Klopp will repair their relationship. But that of Algeria and Morocco, I do not know whether that is repairable. We will leave that to the 2 countries and the Confederation of African Football to do all that is needful. I wish you all a wonderful week ahead. I remain Ashalulu Afemi. We'll see you all on Friday. By God's grace. Bye for now.